What is JSX? Why do we use it in React? JSX stands for JavaScript XML. It allows developers to write HTML-like syntax inside JavaScript, making UI creation easier and more readable. React converts JSX into standard JavaScript using React Create element calls. What is React or React.js? React is a component-based JavaScript library for building reusable UI elements and handling user interface logic efficiently. What are common security practices for React apps? Use proper input validation to prevent XSS, avoid dangerously set inner HTML, use HTTPS, manage environment variables securely, and implement authentication with tokens or cookies properly. How does React decide when to re-render a component? React re-renders components when their state or props change. It uses a diffing algorithm to update only the affected parts of the DOM. How does JSX get compiled to JavaScript under the hood? JSX isn't understood by browsers directly. The build tool, Babel, transpiles JSX into --React Create element calls that produce virtual DOM objects. This keeps code readable while still working with standard JavaScript. How does the performance of hooks compare to class components? Hooks are lightweight and reduce boilerplate, but improper use of effects can cause extra renders. With memoization, they perform equally or better. How to implement an error boundary class? An error boundary is implemented using class components that define static get-derived state from error, and component did catch. These catch and handle render errors. What causes unnecessary re-renders and how do you prevent them? Unnecessary re-renders happen when state or props change unnecessarily, or when functions or objects are recreated each render. Prevent them using React memo, use callback, and by avoiding direct mutations of state. How does the key prop help React in render optimization? Keys help React identify which elements changed, added, or removed in a list. This allows React to re-render only the modified items instead of the whole list, improving performance. How would you import and use a custom component, e.g., search item, in app.js? Use S-module import syntax and include the component in JSX. Ensure it's exported from its file with --export default search item --.